Today's comfort technique is light touch massage. One of the most common questions I get from couples is what kind of massage tends to be good during labor. And from what I've found with my clients, it's usually a light touch as opposed to a firm touch. And you want something that's rhythmic, but not a petting kind of motion. So Dave, I'm going to just kind of show you what to do here. This would be, I usually use the woman's back while she's having a contraction or during the contraction. You can just kind of gently run your fingers down. And what I found is really helpful is to just go down and not back up. So instead of going like this, you're getting the shivers a little bit. Instead of kind of going up and down, you want to just go down. And that avoids that petting motion again. Perfect. And women do sometimes like firm touch during labor, but usually if they like firm touch, it's more of a steady touch, not a massage. So this can just be very relaxing, and I think it also can help women get into the rhythm of contraction. So if a woman has kind of lost her rhythm and she's freaking out a little bit, this can just kind of help her get back into that rhythm. Today we're going to talk about 3 breathing exercises that can really help relax you in labor. And breathing is so important because I think that it really helps you stay with the rhythm of the contractions and also helps to bring oxygen to your baby, which is super important. So the first one is just breathing through one side of your nose at a time. So you're going to cover one nostril. You're going to take 3 inhales and exhales through that nostril. And then you're going to do your other one 3 times. Great, and as you can see, that kind of like centers you. It really makes you focus on your breathing. Dave looks like he's getting a little lightheaded. If you get lightheaded at all, just stop and breathe normally for a few breaths. Sometimes like slowing your breathing and doing that one-sided breathing can actually like increase the amount of oxygen that you're getting suddenly, which can make you feel a little bit lightheaded. The next breathing exercise that you can do is actually kind of funny. It's something called horse lip. So I know that Dave is going to look at me like I'm crazy right now and maybe not take me seriously. But basically you're just going to take a big deep breath in and then let it all out through your lips like this. So I'm going to have you both do it so that I don't look so ridiculous. Dave needs some practice, but oh, perfect. That was it. Exactly. So this can be really helpful just to kind of, again, relax, like let all that air out that you're kind of tense and holding in. And it can also be really helpful during any part of labor that you may be feeling like you have to push, but your cervix isn't all the way open. So sometimes women will have like an early urge to push when they're only, say, 7 centimeters. And when they get that urge, doing the horse lips can actually help to kind of like let it out. The third breathing exercise for today is equal inhale and exhale. This is actually my favorite breathing exercise because I feel like it can really bring women back when they're starting to sort of freak out. And it's super easy to remember. So unlike the horse lips, you don't have to feel just like a weirdo doing it. And it doesn't take as much, remembering as the one nostril technique. So with this, you're just going to coach a woman, make your breath even inhale and even exhale. So just focusing on keeping those the same amount of time. And sometimes I'll even count for people. So I'm going to have you both do it while I count. So it's going to be 1 second in and then 1 second out. So ready? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Good, because I think what women do in labor a lot of times is they start to kind of lose their rhythm, is that they'll take really quick inhales and long exhales, or if you say take a deep breath, they'll go and so it's like, kind of a quick inhale, long exhale, or vice versa, and that's not really helpful. Whereas if you tell a woman to sort of focus on making those the same length, I think it really helps to get her back into her rhythm of labor and be more relaxed. This week we'll cover 3 comfort techniques that you can use during active labor or transition, or any time that you're having back pain during labor. So I'm going to have you get on your hands and knees, Emily. And we're going to start with our tennis ball massager. So Dave, you can kind of kneel down. And you can make this yourself. You can just put 2 or 3 tennis balls in a sock and then tie it off. And you can just put it kind of on her lower back. So I'll have you practice that. Good. And some women like it all the way up their backs. It's just kind of figuring out what works for her. And this is really great firm massage that I mentioned a lot of women may not like at certain times during labor, but as things get more intense and she's feeling more in her kind of back and hips, this can be really helpful. So other things that we can do at this stage, I'll just have you stay that way. Actually, all of these things are going to be, you have to kind of be able to access a woman's hips and back. So the next one is the hip squeeze. And this is, you're going to find those big bones kind of on the sides of the hips and just push inward. And you have to push pretty hard. So actually, a lot of women will say that sometimes the partner even does it better than I can just because they have stronger hands. Great. And this is also wonderful for pregnancy. I used to sometimes get on the floor during my pregnancy, and my husband would do this when things just, at the end, you can kind of feel the baby coming down into your pelvis. And a way to make this stronger is to actually use your knees to do it. So you have to kind of get on top, and then your legs are stronger than your hands. So I'll have you try that variation. Great. Feels really good, I bet. The last one is sacral pressure. So this is just finding that flat part of the woman's back. You're looking for the big flat bone, putting one hand there and then the other one on top of it. And you're really using the top hand to put all the pressure on. So it's kind of like the pressure is being cushioned. And you want to make sure that it's the palm of your hand that's on that flat part, not the fingers. Women usually don't like fingers because it's like a grabby, touchy kind of feeling. So I'll have you try that out. Perfect. Yep. Yeah, great. And as I mentioned, anytime a woman's having back pain, these are like the go-to things, but they also just really help as labor is progressing and you're just feeling that sensation of the baby coming into your pelvis a little bit more than you were before.